On this episode of Crazy People, we got Bryan Kohberger the Moscow Slasher. Now, this is a story that I've been watching very closely ever since it happened. I was like, who in their right mind would just kill four people for no reason and leave two others alive in there? I think it was one or two, I can't remember. But I was like, who's ever alive has something to do with those murders. But come to find out, they didn't. But whoever it was, well, we know who it was. It was Bryan Kohberger. But we know that he's very crazy. I would say he's sick, sadistic. Well, let me just read this article about the murders. In November 2022, a student at the University of Idaho called 911 to report an unconscious individual. When authorities arrived at the scene, an off-campus house near the university, the door was open, and they ultimately found not one unconscious person, but four deceased individuals inside. An Idaho coroner ruled all four deaths homicides by stabbing. The victims were identified as, I'm not going to say their names, and all were reportedly close friends. The day of the murders, one of the victims posted a picture of herself and three others on Instagram. Police also identified two other students who lived in the home and who survived the attack unharmed. Authorities didn't name these students, and Aaron Snell, the director for the Idaho State Police, only revealed that they were potentially witnesses and potentially are victims. In the weeks following the murders, police failed to identify a suspect but cleared all four victims of any suspicion. They also announced they found no murder weapon at the scene. Later on, come to find out, we're thinking that this murderer is some low-life douchebag, and it's a guy that has all these accolades. He's got a bachelor's degree from the Sales University, a private Catholic school in Center Valley, Pennsylvania. He's got a freaking master's. I want to know why in the world after achieving all this success in school, would you want to be a murderer too? Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, you gotta be crazy. It's like in your mind, you're like, okay, I want to be a professional and I want to be a killer. Like, you can't make this up. You really can't. You gotta have a crazy mind to do all this. He probably was stalking them for like weeks at a time to see the right time to go take them out. And I think the real reason he did this could have possibly been because he wanted those girls, but he didn't know how to talk to them. He's probably socially awkward, something like that. And those chicks are probably hot. Well, they were. A few of them, I seen some pictures of them. The ones I saw, they were hot. He didn't know how to approach them. So you know how those weird guys are. If they can't have you, then they just want to kill you or hit you or be mean to you. I'm trying to tell you, people like this are everywhere. They're working at Walmart. They're working as lawyers. They're working as police officers. They're working as judges. You never know who has this type of crazy mentality to just kill somebody. And that is a very intimate crime. When you stab somebody, like you got blood all over your hands, you can hear the flesh ripping into, you can hear the knife ripping into their flesh as you're stabbing them. Like, and then he killed 4 people. Do you know how long it would have to take to kill 4 people? Now, granted, they probably were sleeping, so he took them by surprise. But at the same time, like, that's just a horrible crime, man. A horrible way to die. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that, man. You gotta be crazy, out of your mind to do something like that. And he actually thought he was going to get away. This loser actually, I think he was an intern for someplace. I can't remember. Let me look this up. He was an intern. Bryan Kohberger applies for an internship with the Pullman Police Department, writing in his essay that he was interested in assisting rural law enforcement agencies with how to better collect and analyze technological data. He wanted to find out how he can kill people and get away with it. That's what he was trying to do. That's what he was trying to do. That's why he wanted to work for the police department, so they wouldn't look at him and think that he's a killer. He thought he was smart, but that DNA caught up to him. But I'll see you guys, man, on the next episode of Crazy People. I'm out.